It's so funny that you say that because I would absolutely love to talk to Dave Ramsey about his program. What I would say is, let's just imagine you're in a situation where the only debt to your name is your mortgage, your husband's private student loans, and your 2 car notes. The interest rate on your car notes are only 3%, and the car payment is really easy to make. But your husband's student loans is like 11 to 12%, and it's a pretty substantial amount of money. You have exactly enough money in your emergency fund, aka your high interest yield savings account, to be able to pay off that private student loan. It's very clear that the government will not be forgiving any private student loans. And so just following kind of Dave Ramsey's logic, you would actually pay off the private student loan first. So that's what you do. You drain your high interest yield emergency fund and you pay off that student loan. Whew, big relief. Now we got to figure out the cars. And while you're working on that, your breadwinner of the family loses their job unexpectedly. Well, gosh, you don't have a emergency fund anymore. And you also learn through this process that while that person was bringing in about $8,000 a month, that the state of Florida only gives about $1,000 per month for unemployment. That's a pretty big gap in income, and you're stuck. Your cars are in negative equity and you can't generate enough cash to be able to go turn them in to get another car for a lower amount because you have to roll a negative equity. But the good news is that your husband's income can cover your mortgage, your car notes, and the daycare that your children are in. You're just gonna have to figure a way to cover your utilities and your gas and food and grocery and all of those things. You cut back everywhere you can. No more Disney annual passes, no more trips, no more anything like that. You start hustling, you do dog sitting, you do anything you can to bring in income, but it's still not enough. Because you are a director at a Fortune 100 company, it does take typically 3 to 6 months to be able to find a job at that level. And going to get a new house to reduce your mortgage doesn't make any sense, because to be able to get a house that would fit your family, you would actually end up doubling your mortgage because of rates and housing prices have changed since you bought your house. So what would you do? You have credit cards that are offering balance transfers for 0%. You free up some cash that way. You hustle your butt. You make every dollar stretch. And you scream from the rooftops, aka TikTok, a $1,000 or 1 month emergency fund is not enough. I'll be honest with you. I have enough cash sitting in my high interest yield account today to be able to pay off about 40% of what is left of my debt. I'm not going to do it, because if I lose my job tomorrow, I will be back in this cycle. So if you've made it this far in this video and you were considering Dave Ramsey's plan, please hear me out. Paying off debt is important. I totally believe that. But having an emergency fund is just as important.